And I am live. So I think that I am live on YouTube as well as Facebook, and I am recording it just for myself. So it doesn't matter if nobody comes on. It's I'm recording everything to do later. Okay. But if anybody is on there, then send me a message and let me know. Hi Marie, can you hear me? Everything? Just let me know. Everything's good for the sound and everything. It says the microphone's working, but obviously I can't hear or see anything. Stuck in here on my own. Trey, Paula, hi, how are you doing? Is anybody, if you can hear me, let me know as well. All right, perfect, excellent, okay. It's just when you put this studio thing on, you can't actually hear or see anything. You know, you just like see the names coming up on the side, but you don't actually get to see what's going on behind the scenes, whereas you're actually watching it, you know. Good. I've changed the camera, so I'm trying to get like the better quality camera on, because when it goes through the laptop, everything works fine, but it's just not the best picture ever, that's all. Andrea, hey, excellent. Okay, now when there's a lot of people coming on and it just says Facebook user, I think you have to do something with StreamYard. You have to, there must be a link somewhere it says StreamYard, and when it go on and you put your name in, and then I can see your name. If you don't do it, oh, I just remember this actually, because Mark Atwood was saying it the other day when I was on with him, and you have to put your name in the StreamYard, or it just says Facebook user. That's all I can actually see. Okay. Hang on, just make sure I can see. There he comes up. Whoops. And there. Cool. Hey, Stephen from Belfast. Lovely. One of the last fights I ever had was in Belfast in March 2000. I was live on Sky Sports fighting a guy called Habib Bakir from France for the European title, professional European title, and it was in the Waterfront. Yeah, Waterfront. I think it might be called Waterfront Hall, but Waterfront anyway, at the Hilton Hotel in Belfast. You ever been in there, Stephen? It was a brilliant venue. Live on Sky, did 10 rounds. Hell of a fight, absolutely brilliant, loved it. But live on Sky TV as well, long time ago. Well, I tell you what it is, I lost by 1 point, and yeah, you were in what, in the Waterfront or in the court? Which one were you in? But yeah, Andrea, I lost just by 1 point, and I got a standing ovation like when I left as well. Everybody thought I had won it by a mile, and everyone standing ovation that. And then when hey Vilma, how you doing? And when he went off and he got the belt, got a big championship belt, and they all just went little clap like that. And then they said my name, and the place went mad. So, but I enjoyed it as well, you know. It was good. It was good fun, good fight. But yeah, over in Belfast, great place. Loved it over there. So anyway, we're going to cover a few topics. Nothing sort of like, you know, going crazy. I do want to say a little bit about like the trusts and go over some stuff I've been doing for the trusts, with everyone sending me the information. I have now sorted out the email. It was just well, Darren actually sent the wrong email, but it was just I got mixed up with it. And then when we when I sent it out, then obviously it just all come back to me. What do you call it? It bounced back to me. So I was like, oh, what have I done wrong? But you know, so then we found it out. I sorted it out. And I've been slowly going through. Honestly, you've got no idea. I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails. I've cleared them all today. I've done all the documents I had to do for everybody that's paid for the documents for me to do them. I've done them all now, sorted them all out. I got help off Jez, so give him a shout out as well. And I did all the emails apart from the gold ones, which is I just couldn't get them all cleared. Trying to vacate the guilty plea for the breach of COVID. Oh God, COVID. Shouldn't say them words. Oh man. Anyway, and also like so I've sent off all the stuff about the trusts to Darren, and he's working through, so he'll have a pile as well. So be patient, right? Just a little word for that. Be patient, because he's gonna have to do everything I've sent off to him. He's gonna have to get through. No, I didn't. I just put up anyway. If you, I don't know how to share the StreamYard link, but I had literally just made an announcement that I was going to go live. I don't know what your name is, because obviously it just says Facebook user. If you haven't linked in with how much are the documents for family trust? Do you mean how much Paul are you talking to? How much, like, is it like for Darren to create a trust? Well, the it's a price of around, he says, around 1,000, which is amazing, by the way. When we were looking at it, I tell you, I actually got a couple of trusts made. And if you do anything wrong, I haven't got any examples here, right? But if you've got the dot in the wrong place, or hi, whoever that is, hi, how are you doing? Or a line in the wrong place, or you've got the font wrong, it's completely and utterly useless. So he starts off roughly 1,000, and then if you've got anything strange or weird or anything like that he needs to go and do and sort out a different thing, could be anything with what do you call it? Sorry, I was reading something there. Like if you got like property or stuff, and he has to go, or family, and he has to go and like investigate stuff, it might be a bit more money. That I do not know, Vilma. I don't know. But if you speak to him via email, then you can ask him. If you've sent the documents to me, I'll have passed them on. And then you can send him the email when you're sending the next set of documents or whatever, and then say, can I meet in person? But apart from that, no, I have no idea. All right. Yes, due diligence for sure. And we're going to talk about that today. Due diligence, a lot of it, and also about these things. Where is it? Oh, these things. All right, these little envelopes with this window in. We're going to talk about them, and also about like the gas and electricity, and everything is kicking off, isn't it? All right, which I think is hilarious, by the way. I mean, this thing that we're going through and everything that's happening around, you've got to get into the actual coffin letters. I like that. You've got to get into the theme of it. You've got to get into the game with it. We are in a game. Janine was just saying that in the car coming back, saying we're going through this game like a computer game. And me and her have never done one in my life. We don't know anything about them, but we know, obviously, we see kids, and the kids always talk about them when they're running the classes. We just finished the classes before. Good class, actually, very good. And come back. And just saying, it's like you're going through this matrix. You're going through this whole like game scenario, like you're playing the game, and then when you actually die, you come out of the game, like the kids would be on the game, and then they're back to the normal life. Virtual reality, VR. Yeah, it's exactly what it's all like, isn't it? Yeah, but these companies aren't going bust because of these prices, Marie. This is absolutely ridiculous joke, completely nuts. Which, right, if you looked at the live, title, I put the title up about Genesis. I know I might be yeah, I know. Like, see, like Andrea sent me a message before and saying there was people fighting in the petrol station. I mean, do you know what it is? It's like it's like we are like the if you allow yourself to go down that route, you are like the lowest of the low, and they're treating you like and reversing it because they are pond life. The ones like Boris Johnson and these clowns in costumes and the ones that control them are pond life. They are like, and I don't mean that to be negative about ponds, but they're filth, they're disgusting. They are like blech, and then they allow, if you aren't of the right mindset and clear yourself and center yourself and make sure that you are correct. I don't want to sound ridiculous or anything or like out of it, but like, come on, get with nature, get with God or Yahweh or whatever you want to call him, the creator, and settle inside of your own self and go inside and control your surroundings by being, you don't have to worry about this game that they're playing and start fighting. Like, what was it? I can't remember. Was it last year? And they were all fighting in the supermarkets over toilet roll. Have you ever heard anything as ridiculous? And the shelves were completely clear of everything. Apparently, they used to show these pictures and everything like that. I try to stay out of supermarkets as much as possible. I run in and I run out. Hate the places. And that's nothing to do with what's going on. I just always have. But we should not be well, I know I'm talking to like different sets of people here, like, but I mean, when you're seeing these people still arguing and fighting in supermarkets and stuff like that, are over petrol or fuel, I mean, come on. I mean, divide and conquer is exactly what got us in this situation in the first place, isn't it? Right, by all the weakness of the people who wanted everything done for them, and didn't want to do anything themselves. All right. Years and years and years ago, I seen this funny little. Well, to me, it was just like it rang bells, and it was a cartoon, and it was about these two characters in a cartoon, and they were animal characters. Can't remember what they were or anything like that. It wasn't anything famous, and it showed they were in these two little farms sitting next to each other. One of them was an industrious little beautiful thing, and it just worked all winter to prepare for the summer, right? And then harvested all summer to prepare for the winter. So in the summer, when everything's blooming, then they work hard to prepare to get the food ready. Where the other guy did nothing, right? He just wanted to enjoy his life and do whatever he wanted without looking after what was going on, right? Not taking responsibility for himself. No, I'm not talking about going and working for other people, but like, listen, look after yourself, right? And like do your due diligence and be in the correct line with the creator and with God and everything, looking after yourself, then you're going to have nothing to worry about. We don't care, right? What the dogs just come in. Today is our oldest dog's birthday today. Keegan, she's 14 today. Whether we got three, we've got three left. We had five, then four, now three. All of them from Spain, all rescued. We brought them over in the car from Spain, and Keegan, the very first one, and she's 14 today. She doesn't get very far nowadays, but we still take her out. Janine takes her out. I take the younger ones because they'll excited and get out and that, But yeah, beautiful little thing. She's not great with her legs and everything. The pigeon unfortunately died. Yes, it did. But it had a great few days that we looked after the pigeon. And I went out and I spent 170 quid or something, and I bought this big compound, put it in, and when we got home and it died the next day, I was like, what? Come on. So anyway, if anyone wants a pigeon thing, you can have it. But you know, we looked after it though, and we made sure it was safe. It actually got killed by another. It didn't get killed, but got attacked by another pigeon. Jumped on it and was like battering it with getting the pigeon off it, like, you know. But apparently that's what they do if they think that there's either a threat to it with a different nest or that it's not well, unfortunately. So there's the pigeon, Rusty the pigeon. But anyway, Keegan, yeah, Keegan's birthday. So anyway, I don't want to get carried away. I try to make notes, you know, so I can remember what to talk about, and then I end up talking about something completely different. But this is what we are talking about. This here, right now, I'm trying to stop people panicking and getting worried about things, you know. And this is something that you're getting. Where is it? There's the window envelope. All right. Okay. When you get this, I don't care what it has written on, it will not be for you. This is internal mail. This is rubbish. Okay. I don't care who it's from. This one's from the council. You can see. I don't know where it is. The council. All right. This is not for you. This is internal mail. So what you do is you put a big sticker on it that says return to sender or RTS. You know, people do different things. You know, and then I'll put on, well, my sticker, you might have seen it, and you know, it says that what do you call it? No contract, no joinder, no international agreement with you, no liability, and send it back. Okay, now which takes me on to what I really want to talk about because of that, which is the gas and electricity bills. Okay, which kind of is like, you know, what they're trying to do now with the gas. They're trying to make it look as if there is a shortage of fuel, isn't that right? I mean, can you really think? Do you really think so? Who really thinks that that there's a shortage of petrol, or that there was ever a shortage of toilet roll? You know, or anything like that, right? So, I mean, it's all a big sham. It's all a big game, and all they're trying to do is they're trying to like make people hate each other. By the way, that's why they're fighting over petrol. You know, and it's the same thing when we're doing this, and like they're putting one group against the other, and that will give these people something and these people nothing. No, there's no shortages of anything. All they do is they say, look, don't give them that, and we'll keep it there. You know, like what would be the difference? And I'm saying, I think, you know what, you got your phone. I do football trading, and I buy and sell, like bets is what it is, but I buy and sell them on an exchange. So, but now and again it flashes up, you know, and shows you. There's my dogs. Can you see that? A bit glary, but there's Keegan, the big white lump. That's Keegan. Our birthday. Happy birthday. Beautiful thing. But no, there's no shortages of anything. But like, I need it, like, you know, I'm just seeing this because there is a point to it. There is a point. That might sound stupid, but there is a point, which is what we're talking about, the electric and the gas. But like these electricity companies are all like going bust apparently, or these suppliers. These people do not supply jack shit. All right, it's just, I'm telling you now, right? They do not. Oh, I love my dogs. I could not be without them. You know, absolutely brilliant. And it's a weird situation because, you know, with 14 years now, you know, it's like amazing to have an absolutely beautiful. And you know, just obviously you want them longer and longer and longer. But like, you know, when you're 14, is like thinking, wow, it's just like a long time, you know. So like, you know, that they don't live as long as we do. So it's like, yeah, you're getting worried, but you've got to live in the moment like they do. They live in the moment. They just they live in love, and that's what they do. they don't panic and think, I'm ill or whatever, you know. Anyway, come on, stop make me talk about stuff. I'm supposed to be talking about the gas and electric, you know. The earth does supply everything, exactly, which is what the title of the live was about and was for. So, like, you know, God gave us, or Yahweh, or the creator, whatever it is, you know. 18, oh, brilliant. Well, get that. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. If she got that, was another 4 years, that would be fantastic. But anyway, you know, so that's what we were given. We were given the dominion of the earth, right? So we would rule over, like, man or woman, right? Okay, whatever, would rule over, like, the dominion of the earth, which meant all of the benefits of the earth. So gas and electricity is made by the earth. It's not made by man, right? The electrician that I was talking to today, if now unfortunately it's a man, right, who has a car and he can only travel so far, he is more than prepared to change your electric meters for you. He's an electrician, so he can't change your gas meter, which is what I put about. Don't ask me about gas. It's weird, you know. You put, I changed your gas electric meter, and then someone will ask a question, what about gas? It's like, well, how are you, man? Come on. But anyway, he will change your electric meter for you. He's a fully qualified electrical engineer, and he's in charge in his area. Listen to this. He's in charge of his area for the whole network, wherever it is, right up to your meter. That's his job. He's in charge of all of it, right up to your meter. So after your meter, I can't remember what he said now, but after the meter, right, that I'll kick him in the God's bloody right, I will. After the meter, I was something else. Can't remember what he said, but so he's in charge, and so he can change the meter for you. He can change the meter, right? And he actually said there, and I was talking to him and we're discussing it, electricity, right? And I was just saying about Albert Einstein, who was still cabal, but he still said a lot of good things. Albert Einstein stated, electricity, right, as power, as energy. Energy cannot be created and cannot disappear. Energy cannot be created and cannot disappear. And when it comes into your house, and he actually said it, and when I said it to him, he went, yeah, of course, that's exactly what it is. The electricity goes into your house. It's not food, right? It's not like a bag of chips. It's not like a disgusting McDonald's or McDog shit, as I call it, or whatever. It doesn't come in and disappear. The electric comes in, goes around your house, and goes straight back out and goes to the next house, right? You're not buying it. It's getting used and it's an electrical current. You cannot use it and it disappear. The earth is a huge toroidal coil, which is a term that used by Tesla, Nikola Tesla. It's a massive electromagnet and it creates electricity for free. Okay, it just does it and it creates it. Now they might collect it, but how much does that bloody cost? And then send it through there. I tell you what, they're being paid a gazillion times over just for collecting it already. So it's not up to us to worry about it, right? It's supplied by God, Yahweh, creator, whatever it is you want to call it. So they've put it into the house. Now he can change, right? He can change the meter. So, and he was looking at the law and he says, I'm not going to be breaking the law. I'll change the meter for you. I've looked at the law and the legal side of it is you have to have a metered supply. That is the law. You can't like get rid of the meter, throw the meter out and have just the wires going in your house. You can't have that. That's not legal. Now I'm talking about legal and lawful. Forget the law for a second because we want to use their system, act, statutes, legal. All right. And then they can't do anything about it. And he said, as long as you have a metered electrical supply, but they don't say who should own the meter. Okay, so I've got mine, right? So I had somebody come and change mine. Now, again, the guy who, Ryan, who can change it for you, but he's only a man in an area. He can't go, you know, all over the world to do it. He's based in Yorkshire. So he says he's in charge of Yorkshire, the Northeast, which I presume is me, and Lincolnshire. So he can do meters in any of those areas, and he'll change your meter for you. You buy the meter and he'll install it. All right. So when he goes and installs the meter, that means that you are now the owner of the meter. You only need legally to have a metered supply because it's safety. It's safety. So you want to be safe. You don't want to, like, you know, go wire it into your house and like kill yourself. So this is safety, and it's a metered supply. So you own the meter then, no one else. You do not pay for the electricity supply. People don't supply you. These people are agents, right? All these, I was going to swear, all these companies that are going bust, right? All right. All the companies that are going bust, they are just agents. So they've actually paid a fee to be part of something that they can actually draw a commission off. And for whatever reason, the cabal decide who survives and who doesn't, and they'll switch them off at a turn of a switch. They could not care less. All right. So all you're doing is paying for the meter, and then they get the commission, and then they pay the cabal their cut, and they're left with whatever they're left with. And that is a fact. You're not paying for electric. Electric's not created by like some stupid company. All these power stations, it's all baloney, bahooky, rubbish. All right. Now they might go and burn all the coal, they might go and do all that, but I tell you, oh God, man, honestly, they don't create the electricity to supply to you. That is created by Mother Earth. By how many times have you walked around and zapped yourself or zapped your friend that you're walking next to with static electricity because you touched them, you know? And the thing is, right, it's the same with all the media companies that we're talking about. When you get up here, there's only one company, and it's called the Cabal, the Venetians, right? The Rothschilds, way above the Rothschilds, right? It's not Northern Gas or British Gas or what do you call it? What have we got? Eon, and they sold my account. You know, this is when we first moved in this house a couple of years ago, and they sold it without even telling me. You know, so we got all that cancelled out anyway. You know, and we've got our own meter, so I pay myself, right? The you know, it's complete and utter fallacy. Okay. So, but it is like, who's that? Jay, right? Excuse me. It is a facade of competition, and all these things. Do you know that, like, these things that? Oh, hello, Claire. Oh, smart meters. Get the smart meters out. Where do you live? You know, because he can get rid of the smart meters. He says he'll get rid of smart meters. He'll also get rid, not get rid. He'll swap the meters, but like, you know, the oh, what was he saying? If they're outside the house, he can move them inside the house. But I don't know if that's mainly gas, but he doesn't do. But you know, he got pay as you go. You know, got them stupid pay as you go things. You know. He can get rid of them and just put a normal meter in. But you know, Surrey might be a bit, I don't know where Surrey is, but I mean, it sounds as if it's like a lot further south than Yorkshire. So I don't know. All right, I'll chat to you about the dangerous dog thing later, because, you know, rather than, I don't want to get carried away too much on this one. I want to talk about the gas and the meters and how to get your money back and how to get it all changed. All right, Ryan will be on a tour. He's on a tour. He's got. It was funny. I was talking to him today, and I was just thinking to myself, "You've got no idea what you were doing. You know, like what you are asking for. You know, is wow." But you can buy them from eBay or Amazon, the meters, and then he'll fit it for you. You know, absolutely fine, no problem. I just did it. You know, it's like people saying, "Send me a link. Send me a link." Just go to Amazon. and put it in. I didn't know what I did is I actually went on to Amazon, right? And I put the computer on, put it on Amazon, had a look at it, and then I went into my cupboard, I looked and went, does that look like the one on Amazon? I don't know. Go back, have a look. Go back, have a look. Yeah, it looks kind of like that. So I went and bought the one that looked like the one that was on there. Okay. And that's all you have to do, you know. Just sort it out like that. It's you know, it's not a problem. And there is tons of them on Amazon. You know, I didn't go to eBay because I mean, it's like a lot of people, what they do is eBay, by the way, just so you know, and I've seen this millions of times, and I know people that do it. They go onto Amazon, they buy it on Amazon, then they register it on eBay and sell it on eBay for like, you know, 20% more than what they bought it for. And they have literally about 1,000 items that they do that for, and that's how they make their income. So, you know, I don't charge anything for doing meters or anything like that. So I have no idea what, you know, but so don't get it on eBay because it's probably more expensive. When you just go to Amazon and it's on there. Like I said, I went on, had a look, I kept going backwards and forwards. So I thought, that one looks like it. Go on then, that'll do me, and got it. And then when the guy came, you know, and well, if you don't use Amazon, use someone else. As long as it looks similar, you can go to like electrical supply shop, Google electrical supply shop. And the guy, I went, is that? And I showed him a photograph. Does that look like it'll work? But yeah, that'll work. And he came up and he fitted it. Yeah, no problem. You know, it was somebody from this group. Well, I can't tell you his name because, you know, he'll get bugged to death as well. You know, but like the electric thing, we've got to stop being scared of these things and scared of these people, because it's just another scumbag company that's been set up by the cabal, right? And then I don't know why it must look similar. Just let you know, as long as I'm not going to go and buy one that didn't look nothing like it, because I'd probably think, well, would it fit? You know, I don't know. But like, I'm just the same as you, right? I'm not, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not anything except a person like with an electric meter. And if it looks similar in my mind, I think, well, it looks similar, then it'll probably fit in the cupboard, and it'll probably do the I'm gonna cut that down, and it'll probably do the same thing, you know. So hang on a second, I just need to make sure this machine goes off. I'll switch my machine down. Hang on. It should be all right. Just leave it there. Not responded. All right. All right. So what I'll do is I'm going to tell you. This is a big reason why I'm on tonight, is about this. I've had dozens and dozens of questions about like the electric, because obviously a lot of people have been getting these messages and that from these so-called suppliers. So I understand, you know, it's not a problem. But I'll tell you exactly how I did mine, right? And I will try to get through of what I think you can do, okay? And what I did, right? I have like a forwarding address. Okay, so when I actually dealt with online, I just went online and I did what do you call it? Chat online. I didn't use the phone or anything like that because I could do it there. So no, I'll just do that. So I went on, I was chatting with him. I said, I want a final bill. I did this with water, gas, electric, and the council tax, the lot, all of it. Okay. So what I did, I just went on the the gas and electric I did on online chat. The other one I did by mail, but them two I just went, I want a final bill, I want to close the account, and I want confirmation that this is the final bill. And they went, okay, great, when are you moving? And I just replied and I went, I want the final bill from tomorrow, send it to this address, the address that I have. And you can get the address, and there's loads of different companies that do it, and you can get it, and there's loads of different prices, so you can sort that out yourself. Just Google it, like mail forwarding address, mail forward and business address, mail forward and personal address, mail forward and private address. You'll find one. Okay, and then I just said, look, I want this final bill, telling me it's a final bill, blah blah blah. Send it to there, and this is the forwarding address for any correspondence. Now we get like at least once a week. I get like this. There it is, right? The windowed envelope, which is internal mail, should never ever ever be opened. Never ever open. Right, I opened it for an example. All right, and all I do is I just throw it in the bin. It says the occupier. Well, that's not my name, right? That's not even my strawman name, so it just goes in there. So we've closed the accounts. There is no what do you call it? There's no contract. There's no contract. We're in contract law, and that's what the whole group's about. Contract law. There's no contract, so I'm not going to have a contract. They haven't got a contract, so why am I going to pay anyone? Okay, so that's what I did. But I'm not saying that that's what everyone has to do. You don't have to have that forwarding one. All right, you can challenge them. So, for instance, you got the water. I mean, if you have a look on the website and on the file section, either on Telegram or Facebook, and there's challenge notices to send to these water companies, asking them about the toxicity of it, because it's hideously poisonous. Okay. Well, it's like at the end of the day, make sure you cancel the direct debit, Andrea. But then like any other letters that come now, is just it'll be like that. It'll be in a window, which is internal mail, and just shoo in the bin. All right, but if it's got your name, like not your name, but like your strawman's name on, put a sticker over it and return it. It might just say occupier. But they're going to start trying to flog all of those off, the ones that, ignore everything. It's fun. It's good fun. You got to have fun with it. You know what I mean? Cool. Search for that. There's somebody just telling you search for it on Amazon. That's brilliant. See, go do that. There's a good link. Have a look at that one and do that. Exactly. I mean, Marie, like the water should not be touched. When we lived in Spain, right, the last place that we lived in, our water was actually supplied out of a well. Right, honest, this is the truth. It was supplied out of the well, and the well was we were on a slope, kind of not as big as that, like, but we're on a slope, and the well supplied, I think, I don't know, maybe 10 houses. I mean, it was huge. It looked like a bloody swimming pool. It wasn't like what you see on the films where you got the bucket going up and down. It was a massive thing, and it was surrounded by a big wall. And the guy that owned it owned the house that we rented as well, Miguel. And the water, there was no electric. It just literally flowed down, and then it came out, and it stank. The water stank. But I tell you what, I mean, you would never drink it because you'd probably turn into a monster like Jekyll and Hyde. But you'd just be as good drinking that well water as you would drinking the water out there. It's just full of poison. It's absolutely hideously disgusting. Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot of effort. You don't really need to send it to anyone, They're not allowed to actually have PO box numbers on. Did you know that when they're sending mail? This one hasn't got a PO box number on, but that is fraud. But there's ways of doing everything. But I'm saying, right, okay, so like let's get back on track. So like talking about like the electric. Now, if you've got a supply that's bust or not bust, or gas, whatever it is, you can do what I just told you to do. What I did was like, right, there's stopping it now, give me it. And I do know that there's other people just like stop it completely anyway. Send off the challenging letter and then demand all your money back. I never did that because, well, I'm doing that 1099 process, so I'm already claiming it back. All right, so I can't sort of like claim it back twice. You know, you can't do that. Yeah, I've got a water distiller as well. But like there are people, and there's no worries about doing it, right? That you can actually claim that direct debit money back, you know, from all of them, the gas, electric, the council tax, the water. Now, like I'd love to do it for the water because I hate them. Their attitude was disgusting, you know. But I've already got it mixed up in the middle of that 1099 process, so I can't do it again. But I am dealing with them on an A for V. Okay. So that to me gives me a little bit of fun with it, a little bit of enjoyment at it. So I'm not actually giving them my fiat currency. It's just fiat currency. It's not even bloody worth anything, is it? But the so I'm going to have a bit of fun with that, but I can't claim it back. But if you want to claim it back, all you've got to do, and you've got to be strong when you do it. You can't be like you know, scared or anything like that. And you've got to stand your ground. Remember who you are. And this is what we're doing this for, is that we are living men and women. We are not a corporation. We are not this capitalized name that they keep saying. You know, we are living men and women. All right. So when we're getting these things, and that's why I'm talking about this cannot be sent to a living man or a living woman. This can only be sent to a corporation. So we ignore the corporation crap, right? So when you're standing in your sovereignty of being a man and a woman, then you can talk to these companies and say, look, this is all wrong. This was settled by incorrectly by accident. I want this money back now. And you keep talking to them and you keep talking to them. All right, and asking for your money back on the actual direct debits, and you can get it back under the direct debit indemnity guarantee scheme. By law, they have to give you it back. Now, I am not saying it's easy to get them to agree because because loads of people are doing it. Loads of people are doing it now, and they are shitting themselves, right? Because they're like, wow, we've never had this before, not like this. Because 1099, it's complicated, and so is well, it's not, but well, no, it is. But and the A for V, that's not as complicated. But like, if you remember, you can go into the member, and all the information's there. I haven't got time to go over an A for V or a 1099. Would be here for another 3 hours, but I'll show you something. This here is the workings out that I am doing for the 1099. And with the 1099, it's a taxation form from the IRS in the United States. And with the IRS in the United States, you can claim back every single debit that you've had out of your bank account for 3 years going back. You do it 1 year at a time. 1 year you don't do a group of 3 years, 1 year at a time, but go back 3 years. So I'm busy doing 2018. I'm not telling anyone else to do it. It's extremely complicated. It's a lot of hassle. It's a lot of money to pay out, because you have to pay to get things moving, you know, but hopefully you get that money back and a lot more in between anyway. All right. But also, like, let's see, on the A for V, on the A for V, I paid for the water and I paid for the gas. I paid my electricity actually with fiat because they were quite nice. So I just do that. They were arseholes on the water and the gas, so I just A for V'd it. So now I'm just going to make you fight, get an argument, have a bit of fun. A for V stands for accept for value. Accept for value. Now, there's no money. Money does not exist. This is what we've got to get in our head. 2 seconds. All right. So we have our wallet. There's my ID card. Okay. It's not focusing very well. Carry that wherever I go. Tells them I'm a sovereign man. I am witnessed by the Doris and Queenie and all the other dickheads. Got my other card. Tells me don't vaccinate me or else I'll kill you. And we shot. A lot of you were on the trust thing probably, and you got the £10 note there. all right, which you can't see on there, but that says onto there. I haven't got my glasses on, so I haven't got a clue, but I know it does say that I promise to pay. I promise to pay. Okay, all right. I promise to pay, which is a promissory note. Do you understand? A promissory note. Now, this is weird, right? So if we have promissory notes, which is literally worthless. Now, if you've seen the thing with me and Darren, you'll know, right? It says there, this £10 or whatever is in one font, all right? The 10 on this side and this side is in a different font. And this here down at the bottom is in a different font, and it's italic, and then it's in a different print. It makes it worthless. So that's why we're changing a lot of different documents that we do. And that's a different size font. You can't even see that. And underneath is a different size font. And then the different size font says, I can't see it, but it says, I promise to pay the bearer upon demand £10, right? It's a promissory note, okay? All right? So that means you can write a promissory note under the Act, Bills of Exchange Act 1882, okay? Which is why you can also pay for all of your gas and electric. Well, not pay for it, just cancel it. Stop it. You shouldn't be paying for it. Or you can pay them for an A for V, either one. So I've kind of done both by cancelling on the contracts, asked for a final bill, and then paid the final bill with an A for V. On not the electric, because they were quite polite. So I thought I'd give them, it was only about 40 quid, 40 fiat. Yeah. In America, they call them Federal Reserve notes, right? Federal Reserve notes, because it's the Federal Reserve that prints them. The Federal Reserve is not federal. It's not American. It's owned by the same people that own that. What does that say? Bank of England. Who owns that? Same people as own the Federal Reserve. The Rothschild family. Okay, that ID card, that one I got from... it's a vaccine group, says must not be vaccinated. I don't know. Vaccine control group, I think. I don't know. Something like that. That one, that ID card, that one I Googled it, ID card, and all that information on there I provided, and they actually made it for me on there. But so that's how we do the A for V, because that's worthless. That's like a bit of paper. It's nothing. All right, so let's have a look. Maybe it went sound patchy when I was moving away from my microphone, so I was jumping about the place. All right, quick question. Is it possible to have your mortgage cancelled? Okay, well, I mean, we're actually investigating now different ways of this mortgage thing, and we're going to have to keep you informed of how we get on. But be very careful who you speak to, because there are a lot of companies out there that are not as honest as I am. And they ask for a lot of money up front and say that they are going to find glitches in your mortgage and cancel your mortgage and blah blah blah, but they can't show you any results or proof of anything like that. All right, so be careful who you speak to. Okay. Now for months now I've been chasing around and doing these couple of investigative courses, and I can't see anything about it until I get further on down the line, which might not even be anything to do with the courses that I'm doing with that. All right, but just all I'm saying that for is if anyone else is looking at that question and wondering, be careful who you speak to, because there's a lot of promises I've seen being made, which could end up costing you a fortune, and you're still going to have the mortgage to pay in the end as well. All right, so just for unsecured debt, I tell you what, if you've got unsecured debt, go to smashyourdebt.com, get it stuck in there, and I'll get rid of it for you. No problem. All right, we've been getting rid of hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of debt, smashyourdebt.com. Get yourself there. Okay. The if it's unsecured debt, and I don't care what it is, all right, if you've got yourself one of these, I wish I'd got a bounce back loan, one of them daft 50 grand bounce back loans. I wish I'd got one. But anything like that, smashyourdebt.com, get on there and I will help you get rid of any debt that you want. Okay? Anything like credit cards, bank loans. Now, when I say unsecured, you can't have. I know personally, right, that the police have actually stopped a woman driving a car, and it is theft. They stole the car because the finance company reported the car stolen. They stopped a woman driving on the bloody road. They got her out of the car, took the car away, right? Because there's a tie to it. That's not even the same as like the land registry. It's not a deed or anything like that. But they're just filth and lie and scum, you know. So, but like unsecured stuff like credit card debt and what do you call those things when you go to student debt and all that? You know, to hell with it. You know, don't pay anything back. You know, don't do anything. The we can get it cancelled, and we get it cancelled legally, by the way. And why I say legally is because PayPal credit, I don't know. How do you do? What is PayPal credit? I've seen it. They keep like sending me stuff through. If it's a loan and it's unsecured, but you'll never be able to use your PayPal account for the rest of your life. Okay, but credit cards, you know, I mean, the whole thing is like we do it. Not me personally, but like when we're teaching, right? So you have your credit card or whatever it is, but not the one you use. If you've got a working bank, then you want to do it and you want to work with your bank, then don't do it. But people have credit cards with different companies. We can get rid of them easily, all right? Easily. Because again, it's the same thing coming back to there's no finance, there's no money, there's only currency, and it's a totally different thing. Okay, it's like there's no value in what they provide us with. There is no money. Now there's two things that the reason why this happens with the gas, with the electric, and with the loans, and it's all to do with the Bills of Exchange Act 1882 for the UK, and then that spread throughout the Commonwealth. So when I say the Commonwealth, I'm talking about like Australia, New Zealand, not America, because it's a different law I'm going to tell you about, but then also to like South Africa even. But on the US, they actually changed it to the House Joint Resolution 192. Okay, the House Joint Resolution 192. Now, with that, I was just confirming what happened on the Bills of Exchange Act 1882 in the UK, right? Which is there's no finance, there's no money, there's no gold. So all they did was they issued these, what they call Federal Reserve notes, dollar notes, right? They called them a dollar note, but there wasn't a dollar. It was a Federal Reserve note. Here, you get the Bank of England note. It's not owned by England. It's got nothing to do with England. It's owned by the Rothschild family, the Federal Reserve in the United States. It's not federal. It's not owned by America, right? It's owned by the Rothschild family. Okay. The yeah, max out your card before you do it. Of course, don't be daft. Come on. The all right, well, I don't know, maybe like I mean the thing is, do you know what it is? When I went live and I was talking about trusts on Zoom, they kept freezing my Zoom. No one else's, just mine. Okay. So you know, you might get a little bit of interference now and again. It is recorded, so anything you miss you'll be able to get. Yeah, you know, but that because there is no the House Joint Resolution 192 or the Bills of Exchange Act 1882, it said that there was no gold tied to the finance anymore. So because there was no gold, that's why you get them Federal Reserve notes, or what we've got, the Bank of England thing, right? And they're worthless. So there is no finance, there's only currency. It's like you've got to remember the whole thing is run by these people. And in fact, they're not even people. They're not human. And you know, there's no way of us paying what we're supposed to pay because we are the collateral. All that happens is that the central bank give the government, let's just call it the government in the UK, loads of money, but they have to pay it back at interest. So they can never repay it. Usury can never be repaid. Interest can never be repaid, right? Because it'll never go down. So all they do is you use our taxes, they tax everybody to pay the interest. That's what you're paying tax for, which is completely optional, by the way. You don't have to pay that if you don't want to. You know, you just actually think you do. So you're all paying taxes and you shouldn't be paying taxes. What was that saying? Now, the everything is run by them, isn't it? You know, so like on like these what do you call it? What do you call them things that they put they give you a credit reference, a credit account, a credit score, isn't it? Credit score, right? It's not your credit score, it's their credit score. Okay, so the higher credit score that you have is like you're telling all the other finance companies this is the bigger mug to try and get money out of. All right, so it's not your credit score, it's their credit score. Now you have to decide if you want to be sovereign or not. You have to decide if you want to be standing and working on your own affairs or not. If you truly wanted to push it as hard as you wanted, and there is degrees, you can do it differently, but if you did like the legal notice and demand with all the supporting documents and send them off and tell everyone then I am no longer tied to the government, which means I revoke all contracts and all signatures. That means no driving license, no passport, no national insurance number, no benefits, no pension, because I'm doing it on my own. I'm looking after my own affairs. So you can't interfere with me and I won't interfere with you. That is what it 100% means if you 100% do it. Now, we don't do it that way because we have our form slightly different, because we want to control the straw man. That's why the group's called Control the Straw Man, because we want to dip in and out of commerce, working with commerce, right? You can't actually do much in their system without working in commerce, okay? So what you're saying is like, will it affect your credit rating? Well, possibly, but like, don't worry about it. And if you're really worried that much, don't do anything. Just go pay everything. Give them all the money. You know, just a choice matter at the end of the day. You know, the bills of exchange affect everything. I'm pretty sure that it'll cover all of Portugal as well as all the other countries as well. You know, the city of London is not a city inside of England. It is its own country, and it is its own country ruling the rest of the world. It's tied to the Vatican, three cities: the Vatican, the city of London, and Washington D.C. This is the bleeding heart, dripping black, hideous blood of the cabal. Is London City, which is why, I mean, like, everything's hidden a lot harder here. It's a lot harder to find things in about like what's going on in England than it is in America or Canada. I'm talking about like on financial side, you know, and everything is a corporation. Every single company, every single country doesn't have a government, it has a corporation, and every single corporation is registered in the United States. Everyone. And that is why because everything is about companies, it's all about corporations. Every country that you think is a government, like the UK government, is registered as a company in the United States, which is why they're all under the UCC, which is what I keep trying to say, which is why we did the UCC. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd love to think all of that, right? But like, you know, we have to continue doing our tasks on top though. All right. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, we use that all the time when we're doing smashing all the debts, estoppel and acquiescence. Yeah, all the time. You know, that's what it's all about. That's what we do. Without what? Passport? You're talking about a passport or something? Flying anywhere? you know. But anyway, so I was just, the whole thing was talking about like gas and electricity and everything. I was trying to like get through tonight, saying about like you know, these companies that are saying the bus that they're going to give it to somebody else. You don't have to let somebody else like take over a contract or anything like that. All right, the you know, stop paying the bills. Right, cancel all the contracts because it's all a contract. Life is a contract. Business is a contract. Everything is a contract. We are on contract law. They go through consent and contract. I don't care if it's about clowns in costumes outside or if it's about your electric bill or about council tax. It's about contract. And they are strict on themselves, you know. Like they lie to you all the time, you know. It's as if they're trying to be abusive and everything. And they are. But they are under strict rules and regulations. And it's all contracts. Okay. The UCC was created by them. The UCC was created by the cabal, you know, to control the whole world, and it's all everything's under UCC. You cannot sell, like, you can't have one set of laws here in England and sell to Canada, right? Because they'll have a different set of laws, right? Or sell to Australia with a different set of laws. They all have to be the same, or it would be chaos. It's all ruled on top of it by the UCC, you know. Um, what did you ask, Trey? So, you know, the that it is, and the UCC was created by the cabal. Once they actually got it running through from London, and it was going west to the United States with the House Joint Resolution 192 and Colonel Mandel House, Colonel Mandel. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. And he was like handling Woodrow Wilson, and they took everyone's gold from the United States, but they'd already done it in England, right? They'd already done it in the United Kingdom, and this is why we're in the state we are. This is what I'm talking about. It's all connected, even though it sounds probably crazy, right? That sort of jumping backwards and forwards because people are asking questions, but right, the House Joint Resolution 192 was all about the finance and getting rid of real money. The Bills of Exchange Act 1882 was all about finance and getting rid of real money. And that is why we use promissory notes. They use promissory notes. This is what they give you. It's a promissory note. When you get a mortgage, they haven't lent you any money. When you get a personal loan or a credit card, they haven't lent you any money. They haven't given you anything. You created the finance. You created the credit because your Seta KV trust, it's not sitting there with £1 billion in that you can go and take out, but you are unlimited credit. Unlimited credit. Okay, so that's why they use you through the courts. Every time they get you into court, they make money out of your Seta KV account. Every time that you get a fine, it's a Seta KV account, and they've been already paid. You get a parking ticket, it's a Seta KV account. You get a speeding fine, Seta KV account. You get a like drunken disorderly fine, Seta KV account. If you pay it, they've been paid twice. Okay, so when they do the gas bill, they've already been paid through a Seta KV. Their electric bill, your council tax bill, which never pays for the roads or anything outside, or pay, it mostly goes and pays for their their own like wages and pensions. So you're paying for all them idiots, all the Agneses sitting in the office. All right, it's all prepaid. It's all paid through your Seta KV account, and you're paying again twice. Okay, you're paying it twice, and they all know it. They all know it. Boris knows it. Watercock knows it. This Sajid, Javid, whatever, all these MPs, your local MP, they know it. All right, they know it already, and they're letting you do it. And because they don't do it, because they've actually done the limited company thing, which I can't explain yet, I will explain in the next few weeks. Okay, how you actually can close it down completely. And because it's similar to using the UCC, this is why I'm saying you always control your straw man. Control your straw man. Don't destroy your straw man. Don't own it. You don't want to own it. Because if you own it, you own the liabilities. Control it, and then you can use it to settle your debts. and settle your bills. And that's why these people are panicking. Oh, what about this? What about that? You know, these people, if I don't pay for this, are they going to come round and kick the house in? And, you know, like, it's already been paid, right? And if it's bailiffs have got no legal standing in anything. They're a bunch of fat idiots, you know, and I mean, they're nothing, right? If you've got debts like that, right, get on to smashadebt.com, put your name down on there and let me handle it for you. You know, whichever way it is, even if it's just getting on the membership. On the membership, you can use all of my paperwork. If you're in the member, take it all, do it, and do what I tell you to do, right, and get it sorted. You know, you claim the straw man. That's what I'm telling you. You claim it. That's what the whole thing is. Claim it and control it. Straw man. But don't try and own it, right? You claim it and you control it. That's what we do. Okay? That's what it's about. Claim it and control it, right? Don't try and say you own it. They own it. The Crown Corporation. But we can control it. All right? Because we are the beneficiaries, not the trustees. Okay? All right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the emails I haven't seen on the Smash the Debt one because I was trying to get rid of all them hundreds of emails on the what do you call it? Strawman account. So I'm going to have a look at all of the smashthedebt.com emails tomorrow, and we'll start dealing with all of them. I've got quite a few cases going on, and I've had tons of success for hundreds of thousands of pounds of clearing the debts. I'm even trying to help people in the United States and America. We just have to change it slightly so that, because I can't use GDPR rules because it's like a different province, state, or whatever. But it's all the same, you know, when you're dealing with like a credit card debt or what do you call it, council tax or electricity. And the biggest thing that they have is your fear. Okay, everything that they work with and everything that they win with is fear, and they try and create fear, which is why the television tell lies to your vision, and it just pumps it out, the fear, to try and make you scared of everything. And look how much it works, right? And it does, because like loads of people come up and ask about things, and they're scared about this and they're scared about that, you know. The radio pumping out the bullshit, the newspapers, you know, and like you walk past like adverts on written up on bus stops, man, for God's sake. It's just all about making you scared, about like standing up for yourself. You know, the whole idea is to make you so scared that you won't leave the plantation. All right, we're all slaves on a plantation, and don't leave the plantation, because whoever's on the plantation will kill you. Simple. So, you know, if you stay in the plantation, then you can benefit from the plantation and your work will get rewarded, and then we'll share all the benefits between everyone. But the guy in charge of the plantation, he has to have more than you because he's looking after everything, but he'll protect you. So he'll not let anyone sneak into the plantation and kill you and take your stuff. But don't leave the plantation either, because someone will kill you and take your stuff. So you just stay here, do all this work for us, and then we'll look after you and make sure everything's fine. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound about, you know, what life's like? Yeah. You know, you've been, the whole thing is about like accepting everything, not questioning anything, when we should be accept no explanations, question everything. Okay, question everything. Even me, question it. You know, question what's going on, question everything. Smashadebt.com. Smashadebt.com. It's on there. Go on there, and I can't remember what it says, but it's my website, you know, and I'll have it written. Like, there's different choices of what you want to do, and like I say, if you become a member of claimthestrawman.com, you can go in, you can do it all yourself. You know, all the information of what to do, what to say. I've got much more going up as well. It's all on there. You know, so it doesn't have to be me doing it for you or someone else doing it for you. Yeah, I used to get into trouble all the time at school for asking questions, is also for throwing chairs at teachers. All right, it's all everything like that. Deregister, DVLA. It's all in the files in the group. It's all there. Smashadebt.com. That's the one. You know, but everything else like that is in the files. I still haven't covered everything that I wanted to actually say, but done a lot. So I'm going to shoot off now. I'm going to do a live for the members only tomorrow, where we have to go over a little bit more stuff that I've got and put up in the website. So if you're not a member yet, it's I'm not trying to say anything. I don't care at all, but like they do deserve a little bit extra, like from what they support they give me. So we're going to go over a lot of like the paperwork that I've got in there for them, for the debts and stuff like that, but also a little bit extras on there. Now, I'll give you a couple of more minutes. If anybody has got any questions, particular questions, you can go and shoot them up there now, and I'll see if there's anything that I can actually help you with. Where's me button gone? I have no idea how the comments work, by the way. I see them in a little thing. I don't know if they're from Facebook or YouTube or whichever one they go from. But I'll be doing the members one tomorrow. I'm going to try and sort it a little bit different way to try and stop getting frozen out so much, you know. We have to rise up and we have to like be there for each other and sort our own communities. That would be good, having a Christmas meetup. UCC, what's the video instructions? You should ask me. The UCC, the reason why I took the UCC off the video and off the instructions is because everyone did the UCC and nothing else. I think, well, you know, the whole thing is you have to do the paperwork for everything. You can't do, oh, I've done the UCC and not go any further, you know. So that's why I took it off. You've got to do it all. You can't just do one little piece of paper and think that everything's going to be fine. That's why, but like, you know, so you need the whole circle of all the L&D, the hold harmless, the security agreement. You need everything. Okay. Link to the members or arrange a one-to-one. Who is that? Oh, I've lost that now. Oh, Eileen. Can I actually? Right, I can't comment on them. If you go to claimyourstrawman.com, and there's other links on there to take you to different areas of it, which will be about like get the membership, get a one-to-one, and from there we can explain. Yeah, the links will be going out for tomorrow. What I do on the live for tomorrow with the members is that, because I don't know, Zoom doesn't seem to be my best friend, I open up the meeting, and once it's open, I actually take a link from the live meeting and I send that out. Okay, so and then you can literally join a live meeting. So I do it just a few minutes before. Okay, so and if you go to claimyourstrawman.com, and it'll show you how to get the membership and how to get book one-to-one calls on there, on how to, also loads of different help. Cancel all the direct debits for the bills, and then ask for a final bill. But if it depends on how much you want to fight and argue with them, definitely cancel all your direct debits and stop paying them. You don't want a universal template for a DSAR, because you know there is some and they're not very good, because you need to know what you're doing with a DSAR, because I can do them for you, by the way, but right, the specific laws, not ours, theirs, that you have to make sure you're going along the lines with, so that you can smash them with their laws, right? So it has to be set up correctly. There is a few DSARs I've seen there that you can get them online and that, and it might start something, but when they start questioning you, you're not going to have any back. You're not going to have any backup or any argument to them, because you haven't used the laws. We quote the laws. You've broke this, you broke this, you broke this, you broke this, and then they shut up because they don't got nowhere to go. You know, the only videos I've got of the UCC process are the ones that I did, but I mean, it's how to actually file it and run through it. But you know, you've got to do everything else before you do the UCC process. Right. I'll speak to you, you know, about the dog later. You know, obviously I've got a special interest in that. But I'll speak to you, you know, about that, so we can try and get a bit further forward. You know, when we do affidavits, by the way, which is like, you might have seen a little bit of changing. When you do affidavits, you have to give the man or woman the opportunity to rebut. What do I mean by that? You cannot write an affidavit to a full cap's name, because that's not a man, and the corporation cannot reply. Okay, now I know that there are certain people that say write it to the corporation because they cannot reply. That means that I don't get a rebut, which means that it's all clear, but it's not, because you did not give anyone the opportunity to actually reply and rebut it. So imagine going into a court, right? Imagine going into a court, right? And there's all the witnesses, and then you say them witnesses aren't allowed to speak. So I'm putting my case forward. No one else is allowed to speak. That is the same as doing an affidavit to all corporations, which are not allowed to speak because they're not alive. They're dead, which is what they're trying to make you, which is the whole point that we're trying to say. We're not dead. We're not a corporation. We're alive. So you have to say, for instance, Doris, right? We're sending off the affidavit to Doris, and we've got there, to the man, Boris Johnson, trading as, capitals, Boris Johnson, the First Lord of the Treasury. That's why we're saying First Lord of Treasury, because that's his job. Everyone says, why haven't you said Prime Minister? He's got more than one job, man. However, right? And that's how it is. It's like the man's name trading as the corporation name. So they can try and say it in both ways, and we're giving him, as the man, the opportunity to be a man and rebut our affidavit that we're writing as a man or a woman. You can't write and expect the corporation to do it, because it's not possible. Does that make sense? I can't see what the names are, obviously, without, but like we just said, would you please help me get out of debt? Yeah, go on, just do the smashthedebt.com, put your details in, send an email off. Ryan, the man. Ryan is going to be a man in a van doing a tour all over the place. All right, listen, I'm shooting off. Okay, it's been great. We're going to be on live tomorrow. You know, for the members, if you're not a member, get on there, because I mean, it's pennies really, and but there's a lot more information in there, and it's well worth it, and lots of good fun. And we'll keep going and putting more and more and more information in all the time. So hopefully, you know, where are we now? By let's call it like another 10 months, right? We'll have more information on our membership than any other membership out there. Okay, and have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night if you're going on the live for the members. If you're not on there, then hopefully you will get on, and we'll see you again later. But let's get cracking on with these, you know, get these scumbags like smashed in with like the electric and gas bills and cut them off. All right, don't let them be cutting. We cut them off. They don't cut us off. All right. So hopefully you've enjoyed it and got some good information or little bits of nuggets out there. All right, and we'll be seeing you all very, very soon. Take care, people. Take care. Gonna end the broadcast.